Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of FSEconomy with me, Herd 37. So in this episode, we're going to jump in the same plane that we did last episode. That is the Beechcraft King Air 200. This one's from Carenado. And in last episode, we went from St. Louis to Peoria, Illinois, KPIA. And we're going to take off from Peoria, KPIA, and go over to KTIP, that is, I guess, what do you call it, Rantoul, National Aviation Center in Rantoul, whatever it is, Illinois. Short flight, only about 74 miles. We got a full flight. It can hold 13 people, and we've got exactly 13 going with us. And it pays a pretty good amount, $10,309. As you can see, our plane here has 338 gallons. It's 61%. It's actually the same plane that we flew last time. $666 an hour. Using about 113 an hour, 338 gallons. So it seemed like we used a lot because that was 11%. Well, in the last flight, because it was 72, so we used 11% of fuel. And we only went like 119 miles, so I don't know. I'll have to look at that. It seems a little high, I don't know. Go over here to FS Commander, and with the wind, we're going to take off on runway 22, heading 220. Go over here to Rantoul, Aviation Center. So with the wind coming from the north, we're going to land on, it's runway 36, heading 002. So we'll come in here and do our little traffic pattern and land on runway 36. Let's see, airport elevation is about 735 feet. And I think that's everything here. We can go ahead and jump on over into the plane. Alright, everybody, here we are in our plane again, here in Peoria, Illinois. It is raining. Looks like crappy weather. Landed here maybe an hour or so ago, and man, it's gotten worse. It wasn't very good visibility when we came in. It's even worse now. Let's go ahead and start this flight. Please remove 60 pounds. Well, that's better than last time. Last time it says we're like 200 or 300 over. So ignore that. Looks like we're good. Full screen it. You can hear somebody over there. Alright, let's go ahead and get this thing started up. It takes a little while. Still not totally used to it with these procedures. So let's see here. Brakes are set. Down lower left. Switches are all off. Landing gear lever handle is down. Power is at idle. Prop controls. Move these full forward. Condition levers are in cutoff. Cabin sign. Fasten your seatbelts and no smoking. It's up to the top. Alright, so cabin temp mode is off. Vent blower is an auto. I thought I saw this. So that's the aft blower. Solving. I know I saw it somewhere because I was looking at it one time before and I finally found it. I don't know why I can't find it anymore. That's the aft blower. Yeah, I don't know why I can't find it. I guess maybe it is this blower vent. Is that an auto? Or is that, yeah? Alright, so vent blower auto. I guess that's work. I guess that's it. Wait, it is right above the other, so I don't know. Aft blower is off. Next page, electric heat is off. We were just looking at that. Oxygen supply, we don't do that. Fuel firewall valves, we don't do that. So go ahead and check these standby pumps. Make sure that they come on. Alright, we can hear that they do work. Battery switch coming on. Alright, so fuel pressure initiators are off. And so the standby pumps come off. Now it says something about the crossfeed, but see, the initiators are still on no matter which way you do it, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put it on off because it doesn't seem to work really. So crossfeed off. Auxiliary transfer switches are an auto. No transfer lights. I don't like last time. I don't know how we can test it. It doesn't seem like we can actually test it. Fuel quantity, I don't know because we're at 61%, so we'll say that that's good. And we did it in FSEconomy, so it should be good. DC volt and load meters. It says press to check. We can't. We can't do it. By the way, these are actual plane procedures, so that's why it's, you know, not necessarily the sim. Fire detector and fire extinguisher are not going to mess with it. Stall warning, we can, I do believe, test that. I thought we had a test for that. I guess it was the prop governor test, maybe. Alright, but we do have the stall warning. Alright, and this is healer lights. I believe we can test those. Looks good. Rotating beacon. Go ahead and turn that on. Alright, so let's go ahead, right ignition, engine start switch. Get to about 12% there. Alright, go ahead and put it in low idle. Watch the temperatures. Go ahead and click this engine ignition start off. Right oil pressure. It would be in the green if it would actually showed up. How do we have oil pressure on the left engine? That's kind of odd. Anyhow. Now it does say to put the right condition lever in high idle. I was going to talk about that. I thought we should leave it in low idle until we're ready to take off till we get to the runway. But it says put it in high idle, so I'm going to put it in high idle. It actually says to do that and then turn the switch off. Right generator, switch test, and then on. Obviously we can't test, so we just have it on. And then right generator off. You're supposed to check charging the battery, but I don't think we can actually do that on this. Alright, so left coming up. Go ahead and put that in low idle. Watching those temperatures. Go ahead and click that off. Put the condition lever all the way at high idle. And then it says, let's see, left oil pressure is checked, it's in the green. Left ignition switch is off. So left generator reset, then on. And I believe we have to turn the right generator back on as well. I believe we turn that, let me see, right generator reset, then on right after I guess we started. Right after we put it to that left one in low idle. Alright, so next, let's go to DC voltage. But we don't have the inverter on. See, it doesn't say to turn the inverter on. I'll turn that on, and then you can see amps. Let's see if I can get that to show up. 15.8 was the load. 15.8. Avionics master switch can come on. Light says requirement, go ahead and turn on the nav. Cabin temperature and everything, mode and all that, we're not going to worry about that. Pressurization, I didn't mess with last time. Come over here, I believe that this is somewhat operational. We're going up to, let's say, 9,500 feet. See, it did this last time when I tried to mess with it. You have to... There it goes. Oh, now it doesn't want to work again. There we go. So it's actually the inside, but since the inside only starts at 10, we have to actually go to 9,500. Which we'll actually put at 2,000. 10,000, sorry. So I guess that would be right at 10, actually. It doesn't totally make sense to me because it should be 10 on the inside. So it should be right, although I don't quite understand it. I have to look at it. It does say about the inside, let's see. Just so the inner scale Aircraft altitude indicates planned cruise, which will be 10,000 or 9,500 plus the 500 feet, so 10,000, or maximum operating pressure altitude, whichever is lower. If this setting does not result in outer scale, let's see. Outer scale cabin altitude indicator at least 500 above the takeoff field pressure altitude. So I guess we should go to this 10 and not the inside 10. Doesn't quite make sense to me. Then what how do you do that if that's 18,000 but this is set at 47? I don't quite understand. So that's as far as you can get, and it's at 10,000. I don't quite understand. Alright, whatever. Doesn't really make sense to me. I got stuck on that on the TBM 850 as well. Alright, so let's get out of here. Flaps, we'll go ahead and check it and set. I'm going to turn all these avionics on as well. I wonder if this changes the load. Oops. I guess it did actually change that a little bit. Alright, so we'll check the flight controls. It's kind of weird how it, like, kind of goes slower to the side and then real quick. Alright, rudder pedals, everything looks good. Rudder boost control. Move that. Just that middle one right there. Prop controls full forward. Everything looks good there. We're not going to remember do that prop test because I don't know that we can actually do that. Alright, we can turn on the bleed airs. Let's go over here. Easier to see. Alright, those are on. And we need to come over here. Stupid yoke blocks so much stuff. I'm going to go ahead and arm the auto feather. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the pitot heat, stall vane, or stall warning. Prop auto heat, I'm going to go ahead and turn that on. Alright. Park brake coming off. Let's go put this to 9,500. We'll taxi. Oh my god, how did that thing... It moves so daggone quick. I hate that. 9,500. I hate that yoke. It's like right in a perfect spot just to block everything. Taxi light is on. Let's go ahead and taxi. As I said, it'll be runway 2, so heading up 220. We'll get that in just a second. And I'm not sure where we actually parked compared to everything else. I've already reset this stuff right here. Let's go ahead and move that to 220. Oh, you stupid thing, how it moves so quick all of a sudden. 220. Yes, I do believe it was runway 22. Yeah, 22. 220. Get my hands back on this. So I'm thinking it's kind of far away. I'm thinking it's that far one. So I'm trying to think of where we should taxi. Thinking it's either that one or further on. Let's taxi over to our right. Yeah, like those condition levers, because I read a little bit up, you really don't move them except when you go from taxi to takeoff, and you basically leave them until you land, is what I was reading. And once you land, you put them back in low idle. Let's see if this is runway 22. I'm hoping we're going to have room. Although I guess there is only 4 runways, so it would have to be this one. Which I was going to go further on down to the right, but I didn't. That could be a problem. Yeah, here's runway 22. So hopefully we've got enough runway down to the left. Stop it right there. Alright, parking brake is set. Oh, jeez. I think we can do it. We'll give her a go. Stand on the brakes for a second. See if that don't work. Alright, before takeoff, the bleed areas are on. Annunciator lights extinguished or understand. That is from the auto feather. Ice protection as required. Engine auto ignition as required. We're armed. Altitude and heading, we've got that set. GPS position is okay. Standby altitude indicator, I'm not sure. Transponder we can't mess with. Landing lights and strobes coming on. What is the other one? Oh, this is the ice. Alright, so auto feather annunciators are illuminated on the takeoff roll. Ignition on annunciator extinguished, but they're already extinguished. And we rotate at 94 knots. And then we put the gear up, flaps up, yaw damper comes on. It says climb power set and propeller to 1800 RPM, which is like 80%. That seems like you do it early if you follow that, but that's what it says. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to GPS. Our flaps are already set. By the way, I do believe that is the yaw damper, right? Yes. Alright, let's roll on out. I'll come over to the right a little bit. Give us a little bit more room. Not much. Oh, she swung over a little bit too much there. We got lined up just a little bit better before we take off. There we go. Alright, bring up the power. Alright, off the brakes. And off we go. Airspeed is alive. Yeah, we'll hit that 94 knots easily. A little left on me. Let's go ahead and rotate. Tap the brakes and pause rate gears coming up. I'm going to go ahead and retract the flaps. Yaw damper is on. Taxi lights off. Set my view as we roll out here to the left a little bit. Trying to trim that nose down just a little bit. And we're going to go ahead and bring back the power a little bit. That should bring the props back to 1800 RPM. And it did. Right there, 1800. Add just a little bit of power. Now we're climbing good though. Man, that weather is crap. Total crap out there. Prop sync comes on. Auto feather goes off. And those lights, I believe, is landing light. It's just telling you that your landing lights are still on. Landing or taxi light. Alright. So come around here to the left. The river, they got a lot of boat gambling, or maybe I shouldn't say a lot, but I seem to know a lot of people that go up to Peoria for the boats. Bring this stuff up. Knock off these messages. I wish this would knock off the ones on the panel as well. Alright, let's go ahead and turn on the autopilot. Switch this over to nav. Altitude select. Let's go ahead and climb at about 1,000 feet a minute. Let's see the desired track. I believe that says 109. I can't move in on it. 109. There's 109 right there. I want to go ahead and move my course for when we land. It's heading of 002. I have to get down here and move that. Alright, that's about 002 right there. Everything looks good. Still getting rained on. It's just bad weather all around, which is kind of understandable. It is spring, and it's pretty much like this, I think, most everywhere. Get these messages off. There we go. Alright, well, let's see. It's only about 20 minutes there. We're about 67 miles out. We may not even get to 9,500 feet. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and speed her on up for just a minute. Oh, but look, there's actually some visibility right here. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and speed her on up, everyone, and I'll be back in just a minute. Alright, everybody's slowing her down to normal speed here. I believe that's our airport right there. I'm going to go ahead and I brought up KTIP right here. We're landing on runway 36. Let's see. Full stop landing, and that's our position.
Kilo Tango India Papa traffic Beach Zulu Kilo 453 is 7 miles west 3,100 inbound to land runway 36.
I guess technically we should have been a little over on the left to get onto our downwind because we're over at the end of the runway. Going down to 1,700, sorry. We have about 1,000 to go, reset my altimeter. use the heading. We're going to a heading of 182 I've already set. That'll be our runway right there. Got a little further out as well this time. I like that because it seems like we always have a really short base leg. Like I said, we should have been more to the left how we came in. I thought from looking at FS Commander we would come in a little bit better, but we actually didn't. So go ahead and say we're on the down one leg anyway.
Traffic, Beach Zulu, Kilo 453 is on downwind, runway 36.
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and bring back the power. High RPM on those. Let me reset my view. Bring those back up. Then we're going to go to a heading here, let's see, of 092. Base leg. Start turning. 092. I wish I could see it. Go ahead and throw the gear out. So can't actually see it. Go ahead and put the flaps out. How is it that we've already lost the airport? There it is right there. I was about to say, how the hell did we lose that? 002. Bring the power up just a little bit. Remove those off my screen. Autopilot coming off. You know, we actually turned too early. So I'm used to not having enough room to turn. This time we actually went a little early. Increasing the power a little bit here and trying to trim her down a little bit. I don't know if we got any pappy lights or anything. Trying to trim this thing down a little bit. She really, you can see she wants to pitch up. You go ahead, also turn off the yaw damper. Alright. Yeah, I don't know why this thing keeps wanting to pop up. Flaps coming out. Yeah, she wants to pitch up real bad. I don't know what her problem is. You see, we've gotten real high.
Kilo Tango India Papa traffic Beach Zulu Kilo 453.
Alright, we are at full flaps, by the way. Wow.
To land.
It feels like it's really windy, like I'm getting blown around real bad. You see how high we are. And she's kind of all over the place. We're getting a little too slow here. Coming down a little quick. Ah, no. I didn't want to come down like that. Ugh. Like I say, I'm having trouble with that. She keeps wanting to bring the nose up, and I just don't understand why. Hard on the brakes trying to get this taxiway. Yeah, it was very odd because I kept wanting to bring the nose up, and that definitely wasn't helping there with our speed problem. Because I was having to push down on the nose. By the way, while we're stopping, I don't know if we're on a runway. It kind of feels like we're on a runway. I actually can't tell. I think we might be. Yeah, I kept having to push down on the nose just to try and get her level. I thought we were going to touch down maybe before the runway. It was not a good feeling. Landing lights strobe. Oh my god, don't tell me I had the strobe off. I know I turned it on right before we took off. Strobe off. At least I'm almost sure I did. Can bring these back to a low idle. That's what people were saying anyway. It doesn't actually say that in the procedures, but everyone else was saying you can bring that back as soon as you touch down, or well, as you're ready to taxi. Turn that off. Let's see ahead where we can actually park. Yeah, definitely want to fly the plane more though, to try and get used to her a lot better. I'm kind of tired of seeing those things flash. Sweet, so we can pull just straight ahead. There is a parking area. So that was kind of that was a bad landing. At least it felt it. Because as soon as you let go of the joystick, that nose was still wanting to come straight up. Come over here. I'm trying to see exactly what was still on. See, I don't know if that had anything to do with it or not. I shouldn't have, because I had turned the autopilot off. Parking brake will let FSEconomy grab it. We were supposed to arm the auto feather. Forgot that on approach. Alright, so the parking brake is set. Avionics master switch can go off. Auto feather switch, let's go down here. Alright, so it's supposed to be armed, so now it's off. Light switches are all, let's turn off all this. Oh, I bet I hit that instead of that for the strobe. But that's what I did, because that's off. And I would have had that, I know I had that on. That's probably what I did, I hit the wrong one. So it says battery charge. I don't know how we actually check that. ITT, we've been idle for almost a minute, so I'll go ahead. Condition levers. Cut off. Props can be feathered. Probably shouldn't have done that so quickly. Should have done that a little slower. DC voltmeters checked, but we don't know what voltages are supposed to even be showing. Overhead panel switches off. Battery and generator switches off. I don't know that I exactly like, because this doesn't tell you everything to turn off as well. Because, like, what about the boost pump? It doesn't say to turn off the boost pump. You probably should. The bleed airs, it doesn't tell you to turn those off, but those should be off. Alright, and let's see, pitot heat. Like, it doesn't even tell you to turn the pitot heat on. And the inverter as well. Seems kind of incomplete to me. Seems like a lot of these kind of are. Anyhow, let's go over to FSEconomy and get ourselves paid. Alright, everybody, $10,309 for the income. We rented the plane for just 38 minutes at $666 an hour. So that cost us $426.24. We used $179.82 worth of fuel. $1,030.90 for the ground crew fee. At $113.40.17 for the booking fee. So those cost us $2,550.89. We got another $136.76 for the distance bonus, bringing our earnings for the flight $7,468.62. Mute my mic for a second. Alright, so $669.62 to YT Flyers, not really, is $6,799 to me. Alright, so that brought in some additional money. Let's see. I'll bring this up again. Actually, the 49, that's, I'll go ahead and do it. 48,181 plus the 41,711 plus the 16,799 and the 10,000 669 brings us up to 117,360. Nice. We're making more and more progress. Especially if you have flights like the last two that we've had. Those were really high-paying flights for us. So maybe we can continue that, although we're probably not going to fly that big a plane anymore. Well, for a little while. I don't want to do too many videos of that plane back-to-back and everything. So probably, I was thinking about looking at the Skymaster. There's a Skymaster, I think, either at Peoria or over at St. Louis. I kind of want to fly that plane again. Because I really do like, I've kind of gotten into that plane. I really do like it. Or we could fly the stationary. Who knows? But also, we got the Grand Caravan somewhere out here. I was looking, I wanted to fly that thing again, but there wasn't very many jobs. Let's see what that thing is. CYQI. There's a 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, I don't know. Although that says actually 14 people. I don't even think that plane can hold 14. Let's check our... Don't tell me it's hurt. No. Somebody else's. Alright, see, that can only hold 13. So, like, we're screwed by one. Or else I could actually take that. There's just not that many... So that makes it back down to... And that's only a 1 kilogram envelope paying $320. So basically $1,700. It's like, I want more for, flying that plane. Anyhow, everybody, that's going to be it for this episode, everybody. I hope you all did enjoy it. I'll catch you guys on the next flight.